In this video, we pay tribute to famous celebrities and notable individuals who have passed away past week November 2023. One, Rosalynn Carter. Former First Lady Rosalynn Carter, the closest advisor to Jimmy Carter during his one term as U.S. President and a tireless advocate for mental health care, has died on November 19 at age 96. The Carter Center said she died Sunday after living with dementia and suffering many months of declining health. The statement said she died peacefully, with family by her side, at her rural Georgia home of Plains. The former First Lady and former President Jimmy Carter were married for 77 years. She and the former president had 4 children, 11 grandchildren, and 14 great-grandchildren.
I bring you greetings from Latin America and the Caribbean. Es un gran placer para mí estar aquí. I've done this for 2 weeks and I couldn't resist.
2. Mars Williams. Mars Williams, the lifelong jazz saxophonist who played in the Psychedelic Furs and the Waitresses, has died, reports the Chicago Tribune. He died November 20 from ampullary cancer after being diagnosed last year. "We're heartbroken," the Psychedelic Furs wrote on social media. "Goodbye to the great Mars Williams. Rest well." He was 68. Williams was also a member of the Chicago group Jazz Outfit and Grammy nominee Liquid Soul for 25 years. 3. Jos Ackland. Jos Ackland, the veteran British stage and screen actor who was known for starring in White Mischief and Lethal Weapon 2, died on November 19. He was 95. The actor died peacefully and was surrounded by family, according to a statement given to his representative. He also appeared in The Hunt for Red October alongside Sean Connery and Alec Baldwin, as well as the 1979 television adaptation of Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy. He was awarded a CBA in 2000 for his services to acting.
It's official. Yeah, they are official. Under the Diplomatic Relations Act, no diplomatic agent may be detained or arrested.
4. Peter Spellos. Peter Spellos, a star on American Dreams and a voice actor on the animated Transformers Robots in Disguise series, reportedly died on November 19. He was 69. The actor passed away at Francisca Hospice House in Indianapolis, Indiana, after complications from pancreatic cancer. His friend and acting student Jennifer Smith revealed the news in a Facebook post.
Who's the baddest shark in town? Skybite, that's me!
5. Carlton Pearson. The founder of a former megachurch in Oklahoma who was branded a heretic and lost one audience, but gained a new one. After he rejected the idea of hell and supported gay rights, has died on November 19. Bishop Carlton Pearson died Sunday night in hospice care in Tulsa due to cancer, said his agent, Will Bogle. He was 70. Early in his ministry, he was considered a rising star on the Pentecostal preaching circuit and frequently appeared on the Trinity Broadcasting Network, bringing him to an international audience.
Eternal torture, weeping, wailing, gnashing of teeth. It didn't make sense. And my experience of God was not that way.
6. Suzanne Shepherd. Suzanne Shepherd, an actor who appeared in Goodfellas, The Sopranos, Mystic Pizza, and Lolita, has died on November 17, aged 89. Shepard died at her home in New York City on Friday, her agent confirmed to The Hollywood Reporter. A cause of death has not yet been determined, but Shepard had been suffering from chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, according to her representative. In an acting career that spanned 6 decades, Shepard appeared in films including Mystic Pizza, her film acting debut, and the 1997 adaptation of Lolita, in which she played Miss Pratt, the titular character's headmistress.
I know he doesn't come home at all. What kind of people are these? What do you want me to do?
Do? What can you do? He's not Jewish. Did you know how these people live? Did you know what they were like?
7. Dex Carvey. Dex Carvey, the son of comedian and former SNL star Dana Carvey, died of an accidental drug overdose on November 15. He was 32. Dana Carvey confirmed the news in a joint statement with his wife, Paula Zwiderman, on Instagram. Last night, we suffered a terrible tragedy. Our beloved son, Dex, died of an accidental drug overdose. He was 32 years old, the statement read. Dex Carvey is survived by his parents, brother Thomas Carvey, and girlfriend Kaylee Chen.
So anyway, now you guys know my brother's a comic, I'm a comic, my dad, Dana Carvey, is also a comic.
8. Karl Tremblay. Karl Tremblay, the lead singer with one of Quebec's most beloved bands, has died on November 15 at the age of 47. His group, Les Cowboys Fringants, shared the news of his death in a social media post. Tremblay announced in July 2022 that he had been diagnosed with prostate cancer. He continued to perform with the folk rock band while undergoing chemotherapy. 9. Bobby Ussery. Bobby Ussery, a Hall of Fame jockey whose 3,611 victories included the 1960 Preakness Stakes and the 1967 Kentucky Derby, but who saw victory at Churchill Downs snatched away the next year when his horse was disqualified after the race, died on November 16 in Hollywood, Florida. He was 88. The cause was congestive heart failure, his son Robert Jr. told the Associated Press. Ussery became the 10th jockey in the history of thoroughbred racing in America to win 3,000 races, his 3,611 coming between 1951 and 1974.
Called Proud Clarion. He paid $62.20. Then I came back and went in on a horse called Dancer's Image.
10. As Bayat. As Bayat, the Booker Prize-winning author of Possession, who grappled with history, tradition, science, and myth in a 6-decade career that established her as one of Britain's most renowned novelists, died November 16. She was 87. Her death was announced in a statement by her publisher, Chatto and Windus, which said she died at home, but did not give a cause or say where she was living. For years, she had homes in the Putney section of South London and the Cavens region of southern France.
Convinced myself absolutely to the point of depression that I was not going to win, and then became interested in everybody else.
11. Ken Squire. Ken Squire, the famed NASCAR broadcaster who called stock car events on television for more than 3 decades and coined the phrase, the Great American Race, for the Daytona 500, has died on November 15. He was 88. Squire was in hospice care and died in Waterbury. Hall of Famer Dale Earnhardt Jr. said he is forever grateful for Squire's major role in growing stock car racing. Squire opened Thunder Road Speedway in his home state of Vermont in Bear in 1960.
The best advice I ever got for this night came from Ned Jarrett.
12. David Del Tredici. David Del Tredici, a Pulitzer Prize-winning American composer who began as an experimentalist but became best known for a mid-career shift toward a style that came to be called the New Romanticism, which yielded a series of rich-hued, tuneful pieces based on Lewis Carroll's Alice stories, died on November 18 at his home in Greenwich Village. He was 86. The pianist Mark Peliquin, a longtime friend and collaborator and the executor of Mr. Del Tredici's estate, said the cause was Parkinson's disease. 13. Charlie Demmini. Former Dream Theater frontman Charlie Demmini, who sang on the band's 1989 debut album, When Dream and Day Unite, has died on November 17, aged 72, the band have confirmed. Cause of death remains unknown at the time of writing, although the band commented that his passing was unexpected. He was the second vocalist for the prog metal band and joined them as a replacement for original singer Chris Collins while the band was going by the name Majesty. 14. Johnny Green. Johnny Green, an all-star forward for the Knicks in the 1960s who gained acclaim for his leaping ability and rebounding prowess through 14 National Basketball Association seasons, died on November 16 in Huntington, New York, on Long Island. He was 89. His death in a hospital was confirmed by his son Johnny Jr., who said his father had had heart and kidney problems for about a year. Jumpin' Johnny, as he came to be known, was 6'5" and about 200 pounds, but he often bested taller and huskier frontline opponents, snaring rebounds, blocking shots, and hitting short-range baskets. 15. George Brown. George "Funky" Brown, the key drummer and one of the founding members of Kool and the Gang, has died on November 17 at age 74. Sources with direct knowledge tell us the legendary musician died from cancer at his home in Los Angeles Thursday night, ending his amazing 59-year career as a songwriter and drummer for the legendary funk band. He'd been battling stage 4 cancer. Kool and the Gang has sold millions of records with its catchy blend of jazz, funk, and soul, what Brown liked to call the sound of happiness. 16. Brandy Mallerie. Brandy Mallerie, who appeared on Season 4 of ABC's Extreme Weight Loss series in 2014, died November 9 in Stone Mountain, Georgia. She was 40. Her death has been confirmed by the Fulton County Medical Examiner's Office, and an obituary posted on Legacy notes that a funeral will be held in Georgia on November 20. A cause of death has not been disclosed. Mallerie, a makeup artist, initially auditioned for the show The Biggest Loser, but although she was passed over for that show, producers recommended her for Extreme Weight Loss.